Welcome to my What to Do with Your Valentine's Day Roses After They Die video, otherwise known as the most ugliest intro that you'll probably see. Get it? Because of the dead flowers. Anyway, in this video we're going to make potpourri out of our flowers. Potpourri is a great addition to your home that you can keep around and really just add to it for years. And it's inexpensive to make yourself rather than in the store where we have a lot of artificial stuff and might not be completely pure and might be a little more expensive. So here we're going to make it ourselves. This is my potpourri jar from last year. It is just made in a mason jar and has a flower that I got from Etsy in it. It's a fabric flower. So this year I'm going to show you a few different ways that you could do it. There's only one way really to make potpourri, but I'm going to show you different ways that you can decorate it and make it look nice for your home. I'm thinking about switching this up so it's not in a mason jar anymore because Salamina doesn't look the greatest. So let's just get into the different ways. So if you would like to do the mason jar, it is cute. I might keep the mason jar. I haven't decided exactly which one I want to do yet. The only thing is it does look kind of moldy in there a little bit. Like it's not. It just looks it. My boyfriend is a huge, like, mold phobia, moldophobe. So he always thinks that the baby's breath in there is mold against the jar, the right stuff, and it's not. It's just, it does look kind of slimy and not that great in a mason jar. But if you would like to do this, no problem. You just get a mason jar, and then what I did was I changed the second, I don't know what you call it, not the thing that you twist off, but just the little thing that's in there in the mason jar. I bought this from Micers for about $1 something. I thought it was cute how it kind of looked like a flower, and then I was able to put, then you can still smell it, and I was able to put like my stem through there rather than just taking this out completely and having one big open thing. So I thought this was nice, and I'm thinking about keeping it like this just so that way the cat doesn't try to eat it, or if it knocks over, I'm not going to lose all of their petals in there. And then I just tied a simple little bit of lace around it. You can do whatever you want. You can also paint the mason jar inside, or duct tape wrap around it, or yarn wrap around it, so nobody can like actually see the petals in there. If that's the way you want to go. Potpourri, you're normally supposed to be able to see the petals, but it's whatever you want. Now here's a close-up of the rose I got. Like I said, I just got a fabric rose from Etsy. And what I want to do is, since I got this rose last year, I thought it'd be cute, since I'm just going to add to it, I'm not going to throw away this one. I thought it'd be cute to kind of do like on a tortoise shell. You can tell how old they are by how many rings they have, or even like a tree stump. I got this. If you saw my Hobby Lobby haul, it was my first trip ever to Hobby Lobby. I got this rose from Hobby Lobby because I thought it would be cute to have 2 roses in there to show that it's like from 2 years of Valentine's Day. So I got 2 different colors also. So that way I eventually build like a rainbow bouquet of flowers. I thought that was a cute idea. I might just be lame. You can do whatever you want. You can put a faux bouquet in there. You cannot do any at all. So first I'll show you the different options, and then we'll get into how you actually make the potpourri itself. So a few options I came up with was, first you can get Dollar Tree sells these, where they're just star, and there's also a heart-shaped just little dish. So you can always just put your petals right in here. Sorry, there was a little piece of, looks like glass, but I don't know what it's from on the table. That's weird. I have to make sure that nothing broke anywhere. Sorry about that interruption. I randomly found glass on the table. Ow, there's another piece. Something must have broke at some point. But yes, you can get just this for your table. To, of course, take off the sticker. But then you can put in your your leaves around here, your petals, and just follow the directions I'll give you after I show these options, just in there. And then another thing is this like kind of centerpiece bowl that I got from Hobby Lobby. And then the problem with this would be, in the store, is that if you want to do the flowers, you can't really do that. But you can put like their wicker balls in there, whatever. But then you can take like this vase from Dollar Tree, you can see that, and kind of just put it in the center, because this bowl is kind of big anyway, so it's gonna it's gonna have a lot of room left over if you're only putting one or 2 years of rose petals in there. So you can put this in the center to take up some room and put their fake flowers in there. So that's a few different options that you can do. So I had my flowers all together in this vase because my birthday is the 18th and Valentine's Day, of course, is the 14th. So I just kind of combined them all, but I'm only going to use the one rose that my boyfriend gave me for Valentine's Day for this. But you can make just about any flower into potpourri, so it really doesn't matter what you use. Again, I'm just doing it for that sentimental thing. That's why I'm also only doing the 2 fake roses. But you can follow along with any flower that you have. Their baby's breath can go in there too. Really, just about anything. Some of the leaves, if you even want to put that in for a switch up of color. Okay, so I've taken out just my rose and my baby's breath. You want your rose to look just about this. It's still a little alive in the center, but most of the outer leaves are dead and like already coming apart in your hand. That's what you want. So you can already see these rose petals. So for the purpose of this video, I will put it in my original mason jar and then decide after if I want to put it in one of the other things. I really don't know what I want to do. But yes, you can see mine from last year are still completely intact, still rose petals. Nothing really happens to them. That's why you make potpourri out of it and can reuse it. I'm just going to move this camera up a little bit. So I'm just going to put in some of the ones that just poured off in my hand. And then I will show you how to do it for the ones that don't come off so easily. So then when you get down to here, if you've ever made something like a rose, you'll understand a little more how the layering of the petals work. So you can just kind of be gentle with it, because you want to keep the petals intact. You don't want to like break up the petals into like tiny little pieces or anything. You want to kind of keep them looking petally. Which is also why I'm thinking about putting it in one of the dishes, because then you can see more of the petal look than when they're just kind of in here. Yeah, I think I might just do it because kind of filling up. Sorry, they're still coming off easily. Your top layers are going to come off pretty easily. So here's a good example of it's not really coming off in your hand. Like if you just touch it like this, you notice I'm not really pulling or anything. So you're going to try to figure out which petal is on top and which direction it's going in to try to peel it back as naturally as you can. See, I got that one off, and then 2 more came off in my hand, just because it's kind of like a domino effect. I guess technically 3 came off in my hand. It's kind of 4, I guess, because they're layered, so 2 were in, 2 of them. But yes, it's a domino effect, so it's pretty easy. With roses in particular, with some of the other flowers, that would be more about how I do the baby's breath, which I will show you. So I think you got the idea. So I will not film me taking apart this entire rose just for time. And I'll get to the baby's breath. Now you don't have to do the baby's breath. I'm gonna put a few in, and it will also give you an idea of how to do other flowers that aren't like roses. So basically, all you're gonna do is just pull off. This one you gotta use a little more force. You're just gonna pull off the little white bits, the little buds, and you're gonna put it in there. Scatter it around your bowl, or just kind of shove it in their jar like what I'm doing. Now after that, I already have some oil in here that's still good from last year. I know you do have to do it a little more often than I did in this one, but I think because it was in the mason jar, it just kind of stayed. It didn't really evaporate like it would in a bowl. But you are going to want to get some essential oil, rose oil. You can also get like a blend of different flowers if you'd like, if you're not just doing roses also. Or just get a few different oils, but I would absolutely recommend getting essential oils, not just like perfume or something. I would definitely recommend making sure that it's just 100% of whatever oil you get. So this is 100% rose oil. There's nothing added to it to water it down or anything. It is concentrated, so it's not as strong, I imagine, as it can be, but there's still nothing added in it. So I just got this from Hobby Lobby. You can get it online. You can also get it in health stores. Essential oils are pretty easy to come around. So all you're going to do is take off the lid. For an example, the one I had last year, which I still have, but I can't really find where I put it right now because we just moved. So I think it might have fallen off of the tabletop that I put it on, and I just didn't look very extensively for it. But the one I had last year had like, I think some like blueberry extract in it or something. It had like some other berry in it besides just rose, and it smelled very pretty. But this is just 100% rose oil. So you're just gonna pop it up, and you're gonna put a few drops. You're not gonna put a ton. You're just gonna put a few drops because it is very strong in either on the top, or if you're just doing a bowl, you can kind of just swirl it around just a little bit, and then you can kind of like salad affect it almost, really like you're just gonna mix it up well. But you're just gonna put like 2 to 4 drops in every like couple of months. You really don't need a ton of this. It's really something that you can just make and leave and be super lazy with it. And it will smell up the area that you're in very well, and it would be very pretty for conversation piece or just a centerpiece of any sort. Like I said, the mason jar is not looking too pretty. It's looking a little bit better now that it's more full, but I would probably consider doing the bowl. So that's what to do with your roses when they die instead of throwing them away. I'm very sentimental, so that's why I didn't want to throw away my roses. That's also why I got exactly 2 fake roses rather than the big bouquet. But really, it's up to you. Whatever you want to do. Those are my ideas, and you can check out my other tutorials and my hauls, and I have a few unboxings. And that's it. Thanks for watching.